Hello guys. Welcome back to an account review. When are we getting clouded account review? Probably somewhere next week. All right. Yes. Guys, we will be doing a series of account review for Emperor players for people who really wanted to end Emperor next season. You might get some good tips and advice from the whole series of Emperor account. Like, there will be very interesting accounts. Some of them are very low on so-called the China score. Okay, and some of them are playing like off meta, or some of them are like really slow players, just to show that one, we don't need speed to end Emperor, because Emperor is not that hard. And some of them are really new players too. So to encourage newer players, that you guys have a chance to end Emperor. And also some of them are just playing off meta. Like, you don't need to have meta unit playing the most meta team, the most OP team, to be able to end Emperor. So we will start off with our first account review, which is my account. And a bit of backstory. I played this game for almost 2 years. I'm about 1 year and 8 months in this game. I ended Emperor 3 times. My first Emperor was on my 12th month playing this game. And I am not a free to play. But I will at a minimum amount, which I only buy Burning Passion Pack. So that's a bit of backstory. And this is my account score. If you guys are curious, okay. My account is more towards aggro, okay, because I've decent speed to gear up, a couple of openers, okay, and I have very strong DPS gears. So this is a very strong, I would say a decent, not very strong, but I would say a decent kind of aggro playstyle account. Okay, so pretty much for whoever who doesn't know about the China score thingy, is available in my Discord, and you need freebles, the gear.txt, and then you can check. Like, to be honest, the score doesn't mean anything, because someone can have 300 account score and still able to end Emperor. Like, Emperor is not that hard. Okay, but what this chart can tell you about is what is the strength of your account and how would you want to improve your account in the future, right? All right, so let's go with the units that I use in this season, I would say. Okay, first of all, okay, I'm not that fast. Look at this. Okay, my fastest unit, I'm not cleaving anymore in this season, so I did slow down a lot of my unit just to play more towards a standard. What was the cutoff? The cutoff this season is 34.55. 34.55. Okay. Yes. So let's go through. First of all, is my fastest unit in my account is Lua. Okay. For 299 speed. To be honest, I feel like Lua doesn't need to be this fast. I would actually prefer a slower Lua overall, just because you want to be slower than your opponent Peira, so that you can always draft your Lua against Peira. And the most important thing for Lua is definitely having immunity set, because we are not playing top speed Lua. So buff stacking is really important for her. I have decent amount of effectiveness, and the most important thing for her is actually bulk, just to be able to tank unit, because you are provoking people. So whoever who play a 10k HP Lua, I will say congratulations. You are getting one-shotted, guys. Okay, next. My next fastest unit is the same speed. Is SPP. To be honest, I would say that if you really want to put your top speed gear as a standard aggro player or turn 2 player, we don't say standard or aggro, we just call them the turn 2, right? Turn 1 is for the cleavers, turn 2 is for the majority of us. Okay, so for turn 2 players, all right, your top speed, I'll still encourage. I mean, I'll still advise to put top speed on SPP. Okay, definitely not Warhorn. It's just because I doesn't have fan and I don't have unseen observers, so I'll just slap in a Warhorn. Okay, I'll still say that top speed poly is way stronger. It's just that poly requires to outspeed people unless you're playing ER poly, right? If you're playing an ER poly, ER SPP, then that's a different story. All right, that's a total different play style, which I don't understand at all. Right. So basically, this is not really a good SPP because SPP really requires effectiveness. Like high effectiveness SPP is really good with decent tank. It's just that I don't have the gear, and look at this, guys. 93% crit chance SPP. I might be tempted. Yeah. Okay. Next, Eligos. I don't really clip with Eligos. I just slow him down as. Usually I use him for pushback. Okay. Since I'm playing Lua, right? If you play Lua, people will be drafting a lot of like Laya and guys. So yes, I'll be drafting Zio and Eligos to push them back. So I don't need really a fast Eligos. It's a full damage Eligos. Yes. Okay, next. Lone Wolf Para. For Lone Wolf Para, I feel like if you're playing a top speed Lone Wolf Para, alright, Sweet Miracle might not be that great. You can actually use Uber's Tooth and stuff, but I slow her down for a reason. I slow down my Para for a reason, just because a lot of people are playing ML Lua, right, Hellion Lua, and they are at a decent speed. So I try to abuse my Para and make it slower so that I'm slower than Lua and I can cleanse the provoke off my whole team. That's why I slow her down a lot. And also this is good. You know why, guys? Whoever who played top speed Luna, god damn, I'm not outspeeding those Luna, those 295, those 300 speed Luna. And yes, my Para can cleanse off the seal and also the unbuffable, if they really want to press it for their first turn. Okay, next Frida. Alright, Frida, this is my Guild War build. Usually I have her here just so that I can play the the BBK flow chat with my Molly. If happen that I draft SPP, Frida will be really good. For the BBK flow chat. This is my Shu. Shu, it's you wanted to end master next season, just play 10 games, right? Okay. Next. Shu. To be honest, don't put Pensat on Shu. It's such a waste. Like, fuck hell. It's just that I don't have offset. Alright. Like, I don't farm crit set. I don't farm HP set. Like my offset is only pen, torrent, and immunity, and I don't and I'm kind of out of HP, speed, immunity set. So I just slap in up some pen set. Alright. Definitely I would say Sweet Miracle is the best for her. Okay. If you have Sweet Miracle is the best for Shu, and definitely a fast Shu. You don't really need like super high crit damage. Like her job is just to cycle super fast to S3. Like just abuse her speed. Like, especially if you're playing with Para, right? Like you just cycle so much with her with the swift with the swift attack. Like she's actually very strong this season. Okay, since everyone is playing so damn tanky. Right, next, Nako. For Nako wise, if you're not playing BBK flow chat, or if you're not cleaving, I will still say that just go back to Guiding Light. If you're a very aggro player, because I play more towards Luna opener, Para opener, and Lua as my opener, right? I don't really flow chat that much this season, so I move her back to Guiding Light. Yeah, definitely this Monk unit is very RNG. I don't really like to draft her, but I draft her just because she is always a force spam unit, right? She's always a force spam unit, like no cap. Like if you draft her like 4-5 pick, usually people she will be the force spam unit. Okay, and definitely immunity is really good on her. Just for the buff stack purpose. Like to be honest, if you're not cleaving, you really need want immunity on most of your unit. No cap. Alright, no cap. So definitely you want like higher effectiveness. And the reason why like me and a lot of people hate this unit is just because 15% exist. Like not having soul burn for all this kind of unit is kind of tilting sometimes. We do lose a lot of hair playing this kind of unit. Okay. Gala, I don't really draft Gala this season. So I just put her like extra gears to be honest. And mostly I just draft her for 4 spend for 4-5 to be honest. Like Veronica, I don't really draft her a lot too, but like okay, put it this way. People who draft BBK first pick, right? Like to be honest, if your opponent BBK first pick, like please don't Veronica them. The moment you Veronica on a first pick BBK, you literally just activated their trap card. They'll be laughing behind there and say that, ha, this guy just activated my trap card. I'm a 20k HP counter decrescent BBK. Good take. The moment you S2 on that BBK, you get countered and you straight away die. Alright, or it's a fucking high ER 20k HP BBK. Alright, never first pick Veronica into those people who... never pick Veronica in those first pick BBK. You always fall into their trap. Like, no cap. I've fallen into that trap. I've learned enough. Okay? I've learned enough. Alright, I've learned enough. Alright. Yes, and definitely I'm gonna push back EE. I feel like this is the best EE, no cap, for her. And definitely if you're playing Veronica nowadays, high effectiveness Veronica is super good. Okay. Yes, it's either you're gonna miss or you're gonna get counter to that. It's kind of bad. Okay, for Zio, okay, since I'm not really cleaving, or to be honest, if anyone who's still playing a DPS Zio, life is tough. Right, no cap. Like Zio nowadays, if you really want to be a cleaver or as a even a part-time cleaver that you don't cleave, but sometimes you're just forced to cleave, especially if your opponent is flow charting, right? Like flow charting BBK draft is very weak against cleavers. Alright. So yes, F0 is really good. Okay. I don't recommend DPS 0. DPS 0 is just kinda ass, but you can do like something like this, right? Like I would say hybrid Zio where you still have crit damage and a bit of attack while having 200 effectiveness. But if you can get like 250 effectiveness, it's really good. And definitely this speed of Zio is really outdated. I would say Zio nowadays need to be at least minimum 270 because people are just way too fast nowadays. Like this Zio, you know what? I've been raised by so many cleavers. They literally just raise your Zio. You third pick Zio, you know what they do? They'll just slam imprint, raise your Zio. Even though they don't slam imprint, like with one imprint, with only one imprint, they're outspeeding this kind of Zio. That's how insane those cleavers are nowadays. Okay. So if your Zio is slower, to be honest, I'm not a big fan of Zio. Like this Zio has made me tilted so many times. It disappointed me so many times because of the 15%. Like not having, dude, brother, dude, if this soul burn is ignore ER, I'll be so happy, but I'm not that happy too because cleavers will be so damn strong having a ignore ER soul burn on Zio. It is what it is. It's just that I'm not that lucky. No cap. Okay, I don't really draft this unit. I'm not a cleaver anymore, so like all my imprints are just geared for the sake of gearing. Okay, this is one interesting woman right here, guys. Okay. This is one interesting woman right here that I'm not playing a top speed Luna, guys. For two big reasons. Exactly, boys. Okay. The reason why is one, I'm out of speed gear. Okay, that's just, dude, the game has released way too many openers. Like if you gotta gear like every fucking openers, I don't think like a pre-2-year-old players would be able to gear all those kind of openers, right? to build a decent like 20k HP Luna with immunity, with 300 speed, while you still need to gear like 5 others opener, it's just tough, right? It's just tough, guys. So what I decided to do is I lower down her speed and I make her like super bulky. Like this is not tanky enough for this kind of speed Luna. I'll feel like 20k 28k HP Luna is really good if you can hit 28k HP with this kind of speed. Definitely you still want immunity on her. Like Luna without immunity is just kind of rough. I wouldn't say that it's unplayable. It's just that, like I said, right? If you're a turn 2 player without immunity, I'll just say good luck to you guys. Okay. Alright, life is just way too rough without immunity nowadays. Okay, and definitely on book 2. Right. This just catch a lot of people off guard, right? Like those people who play Payra and they think that, oh shit, I have one cleanser. I have ML Payra to cleanse my team. What are you gonna do to me? Or I have a Katis. But you know what? Get back. I'm so slow that I can still press S3 and kill your team. This actually catch people off guard, and this kind of Luna I feel is so good into as an anti-cleave, and anti-aggro, because you are tanky and you do so much damage, right? Because this Luna S2 is enough to kill most of the aggro unit, especially their main DPS and also cleave unit, right? So as long as you survive till you take a turn, you're good enough. Like, okay. Alright, this Acatis is just a really fast Acatis just to cut. Okay, it's without ER, but I would say that nowadays you really need like two Acatis. Definitely GIC is not that great on her, just because I have her like super fast, so I can afford to put GIC. But I would suggest like having Eternus is really good on her. Okay, like you need to have like two Acatis. One is like the super fast Acatis. Another Acatis is like, 210 speed with like 300 effectiveness. 300 FRAS. Okay, like yeah, you really need like two Acatis nowadays. Okay, especially Bleedika is so strong nowadays, and people are playing like high effectiveness bleed, high effectiveness zero. I think you need at least like 300 ER for those kind of team. Like this kind of Acatis is just good into people who pick ML Luna, right? It's just like ML Luna counter, right? Low ER low ER fast Acatis, right? Okay, bleed. I only use this bleed when I'm drafting Zio. Alright, and I would say bleed nowadays you don't need 25k HP. Right, HP is really not that important. I'll feel like at least like 20k, 21k, 22k is good enough. Okay, with decent speed, and I really value like high effectiveness bleedica. Like if you can get to like 230, 220 effectiveness, it'll be a very good bleed, because they added the restrict on the EE. Alright, it's just really valuable. Okay, TML is just a book holder for me. Because when you draft Hellion Lua, just need more book holder, and she's on max damage. And as a book holder. Okay. Next, Dian. I love this unit after the balance patch. Okay. Like if you're a turn 2 unit, I feel like this is a very, very good unit. Alright, especially nowadays people play a lot of Tori. Alright, so you put it this way, if your opponent pick a Tori, okay, you can just RNG them, right, with hentai crit, okay, and also drafting blue unit, right? So they have to go through a lot of RNG, right, to win you. So to increase your win rate against those Tori players, right? Yes, hentai crit. Okay, that's what Mr. Nezuko taught us. Yes, DN is definitely a very annoying unit. No matter you use a Soulcon or you use Rod, right? Like both DN's build are really good. It's just that because I'm playing slow, right? When I'm playing slow, survivability is just more important for me. That's why I pick Rod. Like she cycles so fast and her skill cooldown is so fast, and she has like 2 non-attacking skills, so she does heals a hell lot for me when I have her on Rod. But it really depends on playstyle. whether you want to go for like SoCon, right, to push up to cleanse, right, or you want to go for rod. Okay. Next, hand guy. Okay. Yeah, I feel like hand guy no longer plays a Warhorn. All right. Especially if you don't have like a super fast hand guy, I will just go for spear. It's just because hand guy is just really good into Helen Lua, right? Especially people who doesn't have their Laya build or doesn't have enough Sweet Miracle for the team that they will just want to take Sweet Miracle off Laya, because I only have 2 Sweet Miracle and one is on Pera and one is on ML Shu, so I don't have Sweet Miracle for Laya. That's why I just resorted to have a fast hand guy with Spear just to cleanse my whole team. Alright, this I don't use this unit. It's just a expo unit. It's just to fill up the, just to put some gears so that it doesn't take up my inventory slots. Alright, Solly. Yeah, Solly is such a good unit right now. Alright, especially there's so many people who drafting what do you call it, flan. Right. I would say Solly is not really a good counter against Shu, because Shu nowadays are just they're just building 280, 290 Shu, right? So it doesn't really counter Shu, but this unit really counters flan. Right? If your opponent is drafting a slow flan, right? If you draft a Solly, their flan is literally useless. Unless they are drafting like a 250 kind of flan, and it might be a bit different. Okay, it doesn't really 100% counter a fast flan, but it really stops so much tempo from a slow flan, or so much damage that you can receive from a slow flan. Like possible, choice of artifact would be Book or Fairy Tale. Just because I put her on Book, like I said, right, I draft a lot of Helen Lua, and I might need to draft 2 unit with Books just to confirm that I have a soul burn for her. So I move her to Book, and since I don't have Fairy Tale too. I like Fairy Tale, Abyssal Crown, or Book is good for her. And definitely immunity set is important, just so that you don't get Death Break and instantly get exploded by your opponent before she take a turn and go into stuff. Don't use this unit. All this speed in print are really used. Like, I don't really use Laya too, just on some random gear. Alright, Dragon King Sharon. Yes. This unit, I do draft her decent amount this season. Right. The way I use her is very different. Okay. I don't draft her into like, I do draft her into DDR since I don't have Chanel. Okay. Okay. Frida. Alright, later. Alright, later. Because I just passed Frida. I don't really draft her the way like how people draft her just to counter DDR. I draft her into people who draft a lot of Knight unit, especially since I'm playing a lot of Tori. People will be playing Crown, people playing Karina, right? And all those shenanigans. Like, come on. Deathbreak on Soul Weavers and Knight is just way too good. Like, the reason why I draft her is just because I wanted her S3 strips, pushback, and death break. That's the reason why I draft her. And that's the reason why I draft her a lot. Okay. Like I don't draft her just because I'm drafting it to counter DDR. DDR is just pretty easy to counter nowadays. SPA don't really draft her. Usually I draft her just for the sake of bulk. When I'm drafting an opener that strips. Okay, especially ML Poly or ML Lua, but when I draft her, I need to make sure that my openers is not getting banned, right? So I have to draft an opener on third. If I draft my opener on first and they just ban my opener and everyone have immunity, she's gonna be a pretty much a useless unit. Since nowadays, high-ranking people have just immunity on every unit. Don't use this unit at all. Okay, Alvera, I haven't drafted her. No Bliss. Yenya, I do draft her a bit. I did a couple of match with her. It's just that because there's just some weird people, right? Like they see like you first pick Lua, you first pick Molly. What they do is they straight away slam a blue Pera, right? They slam a blue Pera because blue Pera is just so good into Molly picker, into I mean Molly is like Sea Phantom Politics or Helen Lua, right? So if they do that, Yang Senya might be really good, and Yang Senya is just so good into how to push to monster. Just play the first 10 games and call it a day on the last 3 days. Right. I mean, I wouldn't say she's bad. She's actually really, really, really good this season. Right? And I don't have her own artifact because I would only summon 1 copy of her and call it a day. I actually got 2 copy. I did 1 PD on her, but I could not get the artifact, so I just gave up. And I'm out of powder that time too. So I just put a Soulcon, right? Like the reason why I put a Soulcon is good in, I mean, it is really good into Helen Lua too, right? Because my team is really slow. So if Helen Lua press S3, provoke my whole team, she get pushed up. All right. And she's the first one to hit ML Lua, and everyone's gonna hit her and proc her S2, and she can straight away cleanse the team. Okay, so she's just a very solid unit against cleavers too, I'll just say. If you know that your cleavers are AoE cleavers, just slam her. She's such a good unit. Okay, even though you are not up against Hasati comp. Alright, Degen Polly, dude, this girl is fucking insane. If possible, I remember, put her on immunity, like on immunity too, so that they just can't seal you the first turn with Knuckle or whatever shit. Right? Immunity is just way too important. Like, just can't emphasize that enough. Okay, a Degen Poly. Okay, to be honest, Degen Poly don't need FS nowadays. Like, you just need to be like super duper tanky. Okay. Okay, I value Abyssal Crown a lot. Alright, I'm just gonna say, right? Yes, book Poly is really good. Okay, but I value this shit a lot. Like, this Abyssal Crown won me so many games that I should not be winning. No cap. Okay. Even though it's not plus 30, but it has won me a lot of games. Like, alright, that's why I value like high effectiveness Degen Poly rather than high FRES. Right. Just make sure that you're tanky enough with about 230 speed. You really want to go for it. Okay. I mean, it's a plus 15. It's just because I don't really need a DPS Poly anymore. Right. Like, there's no room for me to play a DPS Poly. So I just move my DPS Poly into a Degen Poly that still does a bit of damage because she is plus 15. Okay, next DDR. I'm sorry for whoever, like newer players who do not have GIC. I'll just say unfortunate. Okay, like GIC is literally the best artifact for turn 2 players. Turn 2 without GIC, I can just pray for the best for you guys. Okay, yes, Omega Giga Wreck Turbo. Okay, if you're playing turn 2 without GIC, I'm just gonna say that. Because this artifact is just way too valuable. Like, I only have 2. I wish I have 5 of this shit, brother. Even though they are plus 15, they are just way too much value. Okay, even though it's plus 15. I wouldn't say, you know, you need to plus 30, but at least get a plus 15. If there's a rerun, I hope that you guys summon more. Plus 15 is good enough. Okay. And definitely you need immunity since you're running a very slow DDR, and definitely you want to have 100 to 150 effectiveness with 20k HP, 2k defense. This is not really tanky. I mean, it's just that I don't have gear. Like, my gear's ass, guys. Okay. Because if you have a tanky DDR, you know what? I'm pressing. Every time I see a Celine third pick, like, okay, even this DDR I'm pressing. Alright, they draft third pick Celine into my ML, into my Helen Lua. You know what? I give no fuck to your Celine. I'm fucking pressing. Because I do draft a lot of mitigation in my team. I don't give 2 fuck to your Celine. Celine is such an ass unit. Like, no cap. Third pick Celine players, you guys should actually reconsider a draft. Third pick Celine is so damn ass. You think your opponent is not pressing? Hell nah. We are pressing. We don't give two fuck about your Celine, okay? Okay, another reason why I said that I don't give two fuck about your Celine is look at this. You draft Celine, I'm gonna draft Blood Moon Haze, I'm gonna draft my Genoa since it's on immunity. Like, what are you gonna do to me? Okay, like I'm gonna draft my BBK. Dude, next season I'm building my second BBK to be a immunity BBK. Okay, this season my BBK is not on immunity. I get stunned a couple times. And I'm still reluctant to change it just because I'm so lazy to regear my account. Okay, but you know what? Next season, I'm fucking drafting a immunity BBK. Like, what is your stun EE on your Celine gonna do to me? Right? You gonna kill me? Hell no. Okay, that's why. I'll suggest immunity on Genoa. Like, it's just too valuable. Like, one, after they buff A Meru is just so strong. But if you have immunity, you're just gonna say fuck A Meru. To be honest, whenever they draft first pick A Meru or second pick A Meru, I'm drafting Genoa because I don't give two fuck about them. Right? I don't give two fuck about them. Okay, it's just because I have immunity first turn. Like, proc me, buddy. Just hit me. And that's why I really value immunity on Genoa. Like, immunity Genoa is just way too strong. Yep, all these are just random gear on them. Excuse me, guys. Okay, next, Elena. Okay, yeah, that's two Elena build, guys. Alright, since my Achates is a fast Achates, okay, I'll just slow down my Elena, right? Okay, I slow her down to have high F res because one, I don't have Dilibat, so I have no answer into people who pick Bleedica, right? And this is the kind of Elena that I'll pick into Bleedica if I can't ban a Bleedica, right? Like sometimes they just draft Bleedica on 4 and they pick a 5th unit which is so damn strong, you have to ban the 5th unit too, so you have to leave Bleedica in. So that's the reason why I slow down my Elena from a 260 Elena to like a 200-ish speed with like high ER. And on Maharaga, definitely. Okay. This is my BBK. Okay. It's a bit on the slower side. It's just because I've tuned my account to the extent that I have double push for my BBK whenever I play BBK, right? Example, when I play Molly, Veronica BBK, right? Molly will push them back. Okay, Veronica will always push my BBK up. Even though I draft Nako, right? My Nako is faster than my Veronica because of the imprint, like 10 more speed here. So my Nako will always take a turn first, then only followed by my Veronica. So my Veronica will always push up my BBK too. So that's the reason why I'm able to go for a slower BBK. Okay. I don't need like a 220 speed kind of BBK. And given that this speed is actually a 220 speed stats, right? It's just that my best DPS gear is not on her anymore. It used to be on her. It's not on her anymore. Cause, guys, my best DPS gear is on this girl. Yes. She's just way too strong this season. Like during the end of the season, especially the last week or the last 2 weeks, right? People have been realizing like Tori is just way too strong for this season. And it's a DPS that you can even first pick. Like no Kappa Penis. Alright. Like even your opponent draft counters towards her, right? It means nothing. Alright, she's still able to solo games. Like I've won games with Tori against Kayron, the Tekron, against Karina, definitely against Karina. I win most of the games against Karina because I'm a Ring Rider anyways. Against like what else? DJB. It just depends how you draft her, like how you protect her, to be honest. She does have a lot of counters, but if you draft her with enough of unit just to support her to make sure that she doesn't die, I think it's good enough. There's really no 100% counter towards this unit yet. Right? There's no such thing as one unit that will actually just shut her down. There's no such thing. Okay. Right, this is my mod, guys. It's a high HP, low crit damage mod with Bastion, and the reason why I do not put Holy Sack on him is because there's one tag that has very high win rate against ML Lua, Hellion Lua. Alright, is Tori early pick, third pick mod with Bastion. Alright, you can drop Pera, Tori mod, alright, or SPP, Tori mod. Like Tori mod is just way too good into Helen Lua, especially if you're a Bastion mod. Okay. And ignore the immunity side. It's just because I'm too lazy to re-gear. Alright, and I just swapped this Bastion on the last week of RTA where I used to have it on Holy Side. So I still have the immunity set on. I'm just too lazy to re-gear my account. I mean, you don't need like a super optimized account to climb to Emperor. Like a decent account with like decent gear is more than don't draft all these units. Don't draft Haseti, this like Guild War build. I don't know, man. Whoever who have high pick on Tywin, I was just say good for you guys. But ever since I got him, I draft him less than 10 times. Yeah, that's why I have a second BBK. Yeah, it's just that I haven't Mollak her yet. Right, I really wanted to build like a immunity BBK. Okay, Arya is just a normal Arya without FRS. It's just a very badly built, but she's a force ban. Anyways, she's a force ban. Alright, Celine. She's such a shit unit. I don't know how to say. But she's just a good unit. Like, dude, she's just good, but she's also bad at the same time. I don't know what to say about her. Okay, Yolha. It's just if I happen to draft Yenya, I just need another mitigation. Like, what if I don't have Albedo, or they just pick Albedo off just to deny my mitigation when I draft Yenya? So Yoha comes in really good. I don't play this. Stop playing this. Alright. It's just LRK on my extra HP proc set, so it's really not that high HP. It could have been about like 27, 28k HP with this kind of speed, but yeah, it's just extra gears. Okay, because I don't have any unit that uses 3F, so might as well I just make an LRK with 3F, alright, to counter Tori. Like any proc damage is good into Tori anyways. Okay. Yeah, and especially people who pick Valiant, right? Like there's a lot of Valiant players this season. Like LRK is just a good unit. And the reason why I don't really like Aureus LRK is just because his HP stats are not that impressive, right? And you still have him on Aureus, he's just gonna be taking like way too much damage before he managed to get his second S3. So I decided to be honest, if I don't have 3F on him, I just put Adamant Shield. Alright, Malona. I only drafted her 2 times and I lost both of the game. Okay. Thoughts about this. It's just a very good bait into Eligos player. Alright, not gonna lie. It's just a very good bait. At the end of the day, I'm not a big fan of slow flan. It's just because when your opponent draft Solitaria, kind of useless. Okay. But yeah, I'm really not a big fan on her. But she's a very good bait into those Eligos cleavers. Especially Eligos cleavers always aim the S3 on her. If she counters, right, the Eligos is instant dead. Okay. At least I would just say counter set is better than Destro. If you're playing slow, right? If you're playing a slow flag, right? At least counter set is better than Destro. It's just because even your opponent drafts Soli, right? If they just try to hit your flank, you still counter them, right? So I'll if I'll value counter way more than Destro if you're gonna draft if you're gonna build a slow flan anyway. And definitely right for slow flan, you definitely need like, you know, this kind of bulk or more bulk, to be honest. It's kind of low on bulk. Like, yeah. If you are if you are still on live steel flan or Destro flan, good luck to you guys. I'll just say if you are slow, counter is still the best flan. For slow flan. If you're fast, definitely go for pizza. And this is the MVP of this is the MVP unit for this season for me. Like no cap. It's just so fucking strong. Alright. Against cleavers, against whatever. Like, dude. I'll still value Albedo as a best. I'll still value Albedo as a best mitigation. It's just because Albedo have double mitigation, which is one the reduction of crit damage and also Aureus on her, so she's double mitigation. Right? Crow only have a single mitigation, but this unit is just so fucking broken. I'll show you guys my E7.gg right after that. Okay, like you can put him on Adamant or Holy Side. Both are really good on him. It's just that this S3 is just so strong. Okay. Another thing, if you're going up against cleavers, as long as you have one soul, like soul burn S3 into cleavers, it's 100% win. Like, he just was so good. Okay. He helps me to win against people who draft a lot of flan, people who draft unit like flan, or like Hua and stuff, right? Like I don't have to draft counter unit against them. Like I can draft full debuff team, alright, into Hua and have crowd just to handle Hua with his S3, right? Like my whole team just kill off the entire opponent team, left with Hua and crowd will just solo Hua. But they are like this unit is just too good. Okay. Alright, no more this unit. This is just an anti-cleave Aiden. Right, just a normal Amiki, I would say. Definitely more attack if possible. Right, my Guild War hand guy. Okay, haste. Not a big fans of such a slow haste. I would prefer to have a bit more speed, like about 150, 160, but haste is just a haste, right? Just a great unit. Okay, like super tanky with POV. Okay, yes, let's go back to the Tori story, right? Like if you draft Tori, your opponent draft DJB, opponent draft Karina. You know what is the best pick? Pick haste, guys. Just pick haste into them. Right? They are forced to not invert the shield. They are forced to not kill your Tori because you have freaking haste in your team. Right? Haste is such a good unit to. Dude, he has a hidden provoke in his mechanic, right? It's like he has a hidden provoke. You don't have to provoke your enemy. You just mind provoke them. Alright. Because they can't kill your Tori. So haste is just a very good unit. Like I just built haste like super tanky just because he's there to take the aggro off your DPS. Okay. And definitely immunity is very important on him just so that you don't get death break and instantly exploded. Okay. ML can. Okay, guys. ML can is kind of MVP for me this season too. Just because the amount of Aligos cleavers in the ladder. Okay. 100% crit chance ML can. Like this is a old school build. Like, after the balance patch on 10th of April, like you don't need crit chance anymore since you gotta crit on your S1 anyway. So you can have like higher ER or higher bar with more attack on your ML can anyways. But yes, 100% crit chance ML can with immunity is definitely, one of my MVP against Aligos cleavers. Okay. So what I do is, my 4-5 pick will be, Amiki plus ML Can, so they have to pick their poison, right? It's either they die to ML Can or they die to Amiki anyways. Right, this is a very special Rowana. Okay. It's just the reason, right? Like, everyone know that when you draft a Knight plus ML Lua, right? Your Knight is gonna be on protection set just to buff stack your ML Lua, right? They'll definitely ban your Knight. Like if your opponent is a SPP picker, right? And you pick a Hellion Lua with a Knight, right? You know what they do? They always ban your Knight to get rid of protection set. And you know what? Jokes on you guys that my Rowana is on proc set too. Okay? Besides providing a book for your ML Lua to burn, she provides protection set. Like no cap. And the thing is, you can draft a Eufine, you can draft like fucking Raid Poly to cut my CR. And you know what? I'm still drafting this unit. You know the reason why? Because one, I soul burn on my Lua. Alright. That means your opponent is provoked. If your opponent is provoked, why the fuck do I need to reset your team when your whole team is just gonna S1 me? Makes sense, right? So I just need to reset you on my second turn when I left. So your opponent literally have to S1 for 2 fucking turns, right? One when they are provoked, second when they're off provoked, they got resetted. So don't be afraid of drafting Reckham Rowana into CR card. You don't really have to fucking press your Rowana first turn, right? Yeah, dude, I don't give a fuck. I don't press my Rowana first turn. Like even though there's no CR card, right? Like sometimes I don't press my Rowana first turn. I rather have her S1 to death break so that my challenge buff can instantly kill off that unit, right? Alright, let's say example, right? They draft like a KTs or they draft like DN, right? And my team doesn't do that much damage because I don't have like strong DPS. Like I draft like full debuffer team, right? So I know that if I don't soul burn, I cannot land anything on them because they're high ER and they're quite tanky. So what I do is I soul burn my Lua, provoke them, and since they're on soul con, they push up. So they'll get countered by 4 of my units. So what I do is I will death break them with my Reckham Rowana just to make sure that they die on 4 counters. And then I lap back to reset the whole team. Right? I definitely need a bit more improvement. Okay, possible 250 more effectiveness and more attack. Because these are just like temporary. Like these are temporary high effectiveness gear that I managed to scavenge. Alright. Alright, this is just so good. Like if they ban my protection set, I still have a protection Reckham Rowana. Okay. Draft this. Okay. And Eufine. My MVP for this season. I think she has the highest win rate in my account. No cap. Okay, speed is not an issue. If you have like 140 speed, good job to you guys. I definitely prefer to have like at least 140, 150 speed. It's just that my gear is not that great. I definitely, guys, you need 19k. Alright, you need 19k HP minimum. If you're still playing a 16k HP Euphane, I'll just say good luck to you guys. No cap. If you're that squishy, you're dying to everything. Okay. And if possible, make sure that your Euphane open imprint has 2k defense. That's the most important thing. Just because like I mean that this HP imprint is just too valuable. Right? Sometimes against cleavers, I'll just open imprint. Okay, if she's my only main DPS, yes, I'll definitely self-imprint. Okay. If possible. I wouldn't say that it's a must, but it's best. It's a best practice to have it open imprint, still 2k defense. Okay. And the reason why Destro Euphane is because 1 Albris, no, 2 Albris is enough to kill off your opponent. No cap. Especially your opponent is cleavers and stuff like that. Or playing aggro, right? 2 Albris. Call it a day. Good job. Good done. And Euphane is such a good pick. Alright, especially after ML Pera, right? It's just because she's there to stop your opponents tempo, right? Like Emp Acc just gives so much tempo to their team, right? Swift attack. Every time she take a turn, she CR push her team. Right? Every time, she S3, she CR push her team. Even though she's a very good pick into ML Lua player too, right? Because every time she provokes your teammate, your team, you hit her, the whole team get 10 CR. Like she is just way too good. I would just say stacks defense. Okay, I would just say stacks defense. You know why? If your Euphane is so well built, like with one Elbrus that you can take off Ludwig, wouldn't it be better? Like 0 S3, one Elbrus, the Ludwig is dead. Your opponent have to top right instantly. Your opponent just have to top right instantly. Right? That's why I really value Destro Euphane more than Lifesteal Euphane. Right? If I'm going up against a Cleavers, like I just need one Elbrus. I just need one Elbrus. That's all. That's all I need, right? That's all I need. All right, and another build that I really like is Aureus Euphane. Aureus Euphane is really good too. No cap, because I mean before this build, right, like early half of the season I was playing protection set Aureus Euphane. She works really good too. Like if I have two Euphane, I'll definitely build like one on Aureus, one on Elbrus. No cap. Like CR cut is just too damn fucking important right now. All right, to just stop tempo. Like if you stop your opponent tempo so that you have time to recover, all right, throughout the match. All right, just good luck to you guys. Candy is pretty important, even though I drive a lot of Candy. It's just because not because I use her as a DPS. I don't care she die. All right, like what NQ Tank taught me is I'm drafting Candy even though into Teiyu, right? Just because I buff stack my whole team to have 3 buff, so that Zio have to waste a soul burn or Zio have to S3 Candy, right? If Zio S3 Candy and my Candy counters, right, good job. Alright, she did her work. But if my Zio S3 Candy, because Candy doesn't have the anti-crit buff, right? The hentai crit buff, so she only have 2 buff, right? I mean, protection set and immunity. So if Zio want to save the soul burn, okay, so they have to S3 Candy to push her back so that they push up the Teiyu. So Teiyu S3 will only strip 2 buff, which is the protection set and the hentai crit. So my whole team still have immunity, right? To tank Teiyu. Alright, so even though Teiyu has 100% crit on even on Landy, right? I'll just sack my Landy. I'll just play 3v4 against them. I'll just play 3v4 against Cleavers. At least my whole team doesn't get death broken. Okay. Okay, Albedo. This shitty Albedo, I would say. All she have is just EHP. Definitely. If you really want to build a good Albedo, I would just say about 140, 150 speed with, decent effectiveness. You don't need ER on her. It's good to have effectiveness on her just so that her S3 is maximum value, right? You can strip you can strip with your S3, especially if you got into those cleavers who try to rope you with Alvera. Right? Put it this way. If you have effectiveness, and your cleavers is playing the Alvera rope team, you just make sure that you survive till Frenzy 7 and S3 the Alvera. Okay, with the frenzy effectiveness and 100 effectiveness, you definitely can land on Alvera. Just make sure that you survive. Okay, and yeah, she's just a punching bag. Just say she's a punching bag. That's all. And the last part of the count review will be e7.gg, right? Okay, let's go through this. Oh, it's up, guys. So pretty much this season, okay, I'm playing more ML Pera. I stopped cleaving. Okay. About 51 point. 8% win rate. Alright, decent, I would just say. Decent. About 1,300, I mean, 1,300 games played. Okay, kind of a lot. But I only played RTA when I stream. Like I've not played RTA off stream. So that's the reason why I still have a lot of games played, because I do stream I do stream every day. Okay. So I do draft a lot of first pick Luna. Okay, into mitigation, into Lua. That's my comfort pick throughout the whole season. Okay. I've been banning Flan for the last week. Okay, but before that I did pre-ban Balian. I ban Hasati. It's just because I really hate ER players. Okay, I wouldn't call them ER cheesers anymore because it's just so obvious, right? The moment you see their pre-ban, the moment you see that they first pick Elena plus Shu, it's obvious that they are actually they're ER players, right? It's no longer ER shaming. It's just that we're still calling them no. It's not ER shaming. It's no longer ER cheeser because it's just too obvious. But we're still calling them ER cheesers. It's just because we hate them and they're just so strong this season, anyways, right? Yeah, Balian Hasati is usually my pre-bans. Okay, just so that I can draft Lua with 2 books. Okay. See, Roana plus, Stanny, right? Like, you see these kind of piggy players, right? They ban your mitigation because they know that your mitigation is on proc set, right? They know your mitigation is on proc set. So they know that, all right, without proc set, their SVP is able to push you back. Right? Oh, sorry, it's vague. Oh, my bad. Okay. It's just so that this is the best example. I'm not shaming Vic, guys. All right, but he's smart. Okay, he is just very, very smart. Right, he's just very smart. Like okay, put it this way: if you're on a top speed Molly, right, you know that you gotta outspeed most of the Lua anyways. Lua players usually makes their Lua really slow, like 280, 290 speed. So mostly most of the poly will outspeed Lua anyways. And the best way to stop them is to just push them back so that your speed 8 art demon can dual attack into with Tori just to kill off my Roana or something, right? Or kill off, one of my unit. But you know what? Joke's on you guys that my Rowana is on proc set 2. Right? It's on proc set 2. So it's a very cringe playstyle. Like, I know that these kind of players will ban my mitigation. No Kappa Penis. Because my last pick is not that strong anyways. Right? Because I'm forced to draft 2 books. So my last pick as a 10, Spec 10 here is not a strong pick. I know that this guy is gonna ban my mitigation. That's why I draft another second proc set here. So I have 2 proc set, 2 book. So my proc set is secured, my book is secured. Alright, this is a very strong draft. And that's how, alright, call me a fucking cheeser, guys. Call me a cheeser. Yep. So yeah, this is like a, BBK flowchart. That's why I say, right, Frida is still important. It's just because, BBK flowchart Frida is just strong. Right? Like against like aggro player, against like, Cleaver's third pick crowd is just very strong. Okay. Like Solly is just strong into land 2, right? Doesn't really matter. And I'll just say Tori is such a good unit. Alright, look at this, guys. Look at this. NQ Tang. NQ Tang draft. But you know what? I fucking LeBron this match. Like, I fucking draft mod with Albedo and my Abyssal Euphine, but I still win this draft. This is a fucking LeBron match. I don't know why I draft mod here. No Kappa Penis. This mod is such a dumbass draft, but I still win. Okay, so it is what it is. Okay, I mean, we're human beings. We do mistake. We do dumbass mistakes. Okay. Another flow chart. Okay, it's just that I really use a lot of crowd and Lua this season. Okay, I use a lot of Lua and Crown. I lost a lot of matches here too. So yeah, basically this is my playstyle. I play a lot of Hera, ML Lua, a lot of mitigation. Like most of my match have at least one Aureus user, right? Like Ares or Crown, right? It's either Ares or Crown. Usually this is how I draft. I draft very passive. Okay, my draft are very passive. I always have mitigation with me. I don't play a draft without mitigation. I feel very insecure without mitigation. It's like I'm butt naked in the public if I do that. Okay. Definitely I would say highest win rate is my in my account is Abyssal Yufin. Definitely, BBK and Tori still are very good DPS for this season. Okay, Luna is just Luna, man. Like I said, you can top speed Luna or you can like slow Luna. Still, you gotta get positive on Luna. Like if you guys play Luna and your Luna is negative win rate, it's kind of questionable. Like this unit is just too fucking overpowered. Like you can just build her like 310 speed and she's still gonna get positive win rate for you. You can build her 260 speed and it's still positive win rate. You can build her like fucking 200 speed and she's still gonna be fucking positive unit. I don't know, like this unit is just way too cringe. Like for this custom banner, whoever you guys are thinking like, should I summon this, should I summon that, I'll just say that if your account doesn't have ML Luna and you have money to swipe for Arunka and you don't give a fuck to Arunka, to ML Arunka, I'll just say if you don't have ML Luna, go for ML Luna. Yeah, so basically that's a review on my account. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you guys have any question, feel free to ask me, drop a comment down there, or you guys can join me in my Discord. Discord link is on the description, or you guys can drop by on my stream. I do stream every day, at least 6 days a week. All right, and you guys can hop into the stream and ask me any question. I think that's all for today. See you guys next time. Ta-ta!